In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to decorate a gorgeous traditional Christmas tree step by step. Keep watching. Hello everyone, I am Ramon. Welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm a Christmas design expert and seasonal decorator here to help you feel more comfortable about your designs. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to decorate a gorgeous blue and white traditional Christmas tree step by step. If you guys been following this channel, you know that I am obsessed with blue and white. So this year I wanted to do a traditionally decorated Christmas tree in these beautiful colors. I know you're going to love it. So far this season, we've shared with you the Christmas trends for 2024. Also, we've done a traditional Nutcracker Christmas tree, and last week I shared with you a beautiful GLAM rose gold and gold Christmas tree. All of those videos are going to be linked down below, so if you want to continue to be inspired after this video, be sure to check them out. But I cannot wait to start with this beautiful blue and white Christmas tree. Now, I want to mention that all of these items we used in these videos are from SHINODA Design Center. I'm going to put their phone number down below in case that you are interested in any of their items. All right, you guys, well, I'm gonna take you on a trip to SHINODA Design Center where I'm going to share with you how to decorate a gorgeous traditional blue and white Christmas tree step by step. Let's watch. All right, everyone, so we're gonna get started with this beautiful blue and white inspired Christmas tree. If you know me, you know I absolutely love blue and white. I'm obsessed with it, and I think I will always be. So I think that it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And for this tree, I chose this beautiful, oh my gosh, wait till you see it. It is a gorgeous velvet that is like a baby blue, and then I chose this chinoiserie beautiful ribbon and an accent navy ribbon. However, I'm always telling you that I always like to start with the ribbon first. In this case, we're gonna start with the ornaments first. And for that, I selected a variety of blue and white ornaments. And I'm gonna start with this right here. What I want to do is push them in to my tree a little further in because I want them to be hidden. So I'm gonna start always in the middle. I'm gonna bring one up higher. A lot of people would not put this big of an ornament up on the top of the tree, but I'm not most people, let's just be honest. I'm gonna push this guy right here, and I'm gonna add this over on this side, making sure that I push it in. This is gonna give us some texture, depth, and dimension in our tree. I have 6 of these ornaments. These are the largest ones I'm gonna add to my tree. I'm gonna go all the way over here. And like I said, you have to make sure that what goes up must come down. So make sure that you distribute those ornaments all throughout the Christmas tree. And you know that here Ramon at Home, by the time we're done with this tree, well, it'll be overflowing with gorgeous pink stems florals. But the very first thing we're going to do is finish adding all of this beautiful ornaments. All right, I have one more of this one, and I'm always telling you to kind of step away from it to see where else you need to fill in the gaps. So those are going to be the first ones. They just added some of the blue color. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a selection of smaller ornaments, and these all are 4-inch. Now I have 3 kinds. I'm going to start right here on the top. And what you want to do is always one ornament type at a time. So in this case, I'm going to do a zigzag motion. So I start right here. I'm going to start my zigzag over on this side right here. And then I'm gonna grab the same ornament. I'm gonna do a step ladder motion going down. So I'm gonna add this guy right here. And I'm always telling you guys to have all of your ornaments prepped and wired. And look how easy it is to just go ahead. And I wanna give a shout out to Jameson, who wired all of our ornaments today. Come and say hi. Give it up for Jameson.
Took me a while to get the technique down again, but I did. So.
He finally got it. So which one so far is your favorite?
Probably the candy one.
The candy one. All right, we have so many more to go.
Yes,
so
we do.
Thank you, Jason, for being here today. So we're gonna go this way now. So we're gonna go, remember what happens on the right, happens on the left, and what goes up must come down. So you have to make sure that you have plenty ornaments to go all the way from the top to the bottom, going on that zigzag motion. So I'm gonna add this guy right here in the middle. We have other kinds like this guy right here. This is so pretty. Look how beautiful. Now, the secret for this look, you guys, is to create a selection of blue and white to reminisce of that chinoiserie theme. So what we want to do is add as many as possible in the same shade and color hue, because that's going to create that blue and white story. And remember to go from the top to the bottom. And I'm going to add this guy right here. And I'm always telling you that when you are adding your ornaments, to go ahead and cluster them together, like this guy right here. I'm going to make sure that these two are clustered together so they kind of start to tell a larger story than if you were to add them all by themselves. Like this right here, I'm going to add this ornament to this branch. And look how they're starting to cluster together, but the secret is to do one ornament at a time. I'm gonna show you one more time. So there's these two right here. I'm gonna add another ornament right in there. And zigzagging, doing that zigzag motion, I'm gonna go over to this side, like that. Then I'm going to go over to this side. See how these two cluster together? They're gonna tell a story. All right, so I'm gonna go over to this side in here. And I'm gonna continue adding these ornaments all throughout. I'm gonna speed this up because I already explained this to you, so keep watching. All right, so we are done adding all of the ornaments so far, because we're going to be adding some glass ones towards the end. But the next thing is I'm going to add the picks and the stems to this. And so I thought I'd create something fun and fabulous. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab one of these hydrangea stems that is perfect for the blue and white. I'm gonna grab one of these stems, and I've shown you this technique before. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the stem. I'm gonna show you a few and then I'm gonna speed it up and then do all of the rest off camera, because they're self-explanatory. But what you want to do is you wanna grab your stems and make sure that you fluff every single little stem on it, because we want it to look very, very beautiful. And then I'm gonna grab yet another one of these blue ones right here, and I'm gonna start layering them. You're gonna create that chinoiserie look with some stems. I'm gonna grab a white one, and you guys, this white stem is one of my favorite ones we've been using. We've used this on the cake tree, and then also the black and white. If you have not seen those trees, I'm gonna link them down below, and a selection of a whole bunch of other trees, so you can see techniques that you probably don't even know. That way you can learn how to create beautiful Christmas trees. So now I'm going to add my hydrangea right here, going to the south. Now this one right here is my favorite flower. Let me get an open one. This is absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to put this guy right here. The beauty about this is because you can really fluff it. Look at that. And all of those blue and white colors, it really is telling a story. Then I'm going to add yet another flower right here on this side to kind of create this cluster of flowers and stems. And you can play with the stems to kind of create that beautiful pick. Now here's the secret. Go ahead and bend those flowers heads up a little bit so they can show. Look how gorgeous. And you know what? I'm going to even add another navy one towards the bottom to make that, look at that. How beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna grab a wire. Always have your tools at the ready. At this point, you could also grab a zip tie, but you're going to wire all of this together and just swirl them all together like this. Now, because these stems are super long, what we're going to do is we're going to bend them in half like this. And so that's gonna leave you with a beautiful stem bouquet that we're going to insert into our tree. And for that, I'm gonna grab right here. I'm gonna open right next to my biggest ornament, and I'm going to add this guy, pushing all the way in like this. And then we're gonna let them fly. And look how this hydrangea, these flowers, along with the ornament, it just looks absolutely beautiful. Let me do one more. So we started with this navy stem, and remember to fluff it really good. And this stem looks so pretty, has so much glitter, and I just love the navy color in it because it has that mica flake that it's got navy, but also has that more baby blue, and just the combination of it, it sparkles so beautifully. And then what I did is I grabbed this other one that is going to bring that baby blue glitter from it. So we're going to layer those two like this. Then I grabbed the white one, making sure that I fluff really good, spreading those stems apart so it really shows. Then I'm going to grab the navy one and put it down in the bottom to kind of be the supportive color. And look how beautiful all of that blue and white is. Now we're going to grab our hydrangea. We're gonna put it facing to the left. Then we're going to grab the flower. This flower is made out kind of like a rubber material, like a foam material. It's so pretty. And then make sure that you give it that curvature, and then you fluff that flower to open all of those petals, making sure that that flower really looks really good. And then after this, we're gonna grab this bush of rose. It's almost like a spray rose. It's a garden rose, and it is absolutely stunning. So we're gonna put it right here on the other side. Once we're done with all of this, what we're going to do is grab our wire, and we're gonna wire all of this bundle right here. Like I said, you can use a zip tie if you wanted to, but I just think wires are so much easier to work with because you can really bind all of this together. Okay, once we're done, remember to just bend those to the back slightly, so that way they're not sticking out of your tree, like this. And once you bend all of your stems, you're going to insert this bundle. Look how absolutely gorgeous it is. It's almost like a bouquet of flowers. By bending like this, you can really make them stand out. So we put the first one right here. I'm going to add this one right here to the top. So opening my tree, I'm going to insert this, and then what I'm going to do, sorry if I disappear, I'm gonna go to the back and I'm going to attach some bristles, and I'm going to attach this together right here. All right, you guys, so we have one facing south, one north. I'm gonna do a few more to the bottom, and I'll be right back with you, so keep watching. All right, you guys, so at this point, I went ahead and added most of my bundles. And as you get closer to the top, of course, the bundles are kind of wide for you to go ahead and put a wider on the top. So what I did is I went ahead and cut some of my stems. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to layer those stems like this, but they're cut in halves. So that way that you can create a smaller bundle. For this particular one, since I was gonna go up, I'm not gonna use the hydrangea or the bigger flower. Actually, you know what, the bigger flower I'm going to use. I'm gonna grab one. See how you just change your mind on the fly? It's the design world, that's how we do it. All right, so I'm gonna add all of this like this, and I'm gonna grab this wire, and I'm going to wire this all together really, really tightly. And then I'm going to go around to unify them all like this. And what I want you to do is lose the fear to cutting your stems. And so I'm gonna cut all of these stems right here. They are hard to cut, you guys. Some of them are so hard to cut. Some of them are not, but some of them are. And so sometimes it's hard to like use your leg like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cut this one. Let me see. Yeah, like that. All right, so now that I have this, I'm gonna spread this apart. I'm gonna use my roses and kind of spread them apart. And so now that I have this bundle right here, like I said, this is a smaller one I already cut. So I'm gonna use this guy. I'm gonna put it going up like this. I'm gonna grab two bristles and I'm gonna go through the flowers, and then I'm going to attach all of this with the two bristles. And so that's going to be our top layer of our tree. See how I always tell you that the top part of your tree has to go up, and then from here down it has to go down. And this is looking absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm gonna grab my ribbons. I'm gonna show you how to ribbon a tree like this. Keep watching. All right, so I'm gonna share with you a different technique on how to add ribbon. You guys, I've been trying to teach you different ways on how to add the ribbon, the ornaments, the florals, and the stems. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna drop my ribbon on the floor, and I'm going to go ahead and just fold the top like that. That's gonna be our top, and what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna pinch or cinch right here. So what I'm going to do, so I'm gonna grab a wire. So I'm gonna wire this right here, and it's gonna give us just this pinch right here. And so we're going to attach this to our tree by adding it to a stem like that. So that's gonna leave us with that piece of wire. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go forward like this, and we're going to grab another branch. We're gonna go in there and just create that loop And then I'm going to go ahead and do another one right here. So basically what we're going to do is use our ribbon, you guys, to fill in all of those spots where you need to fill in without cutting a ribbon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over to this side. This is the secret. You have to move from side to side, and you just have to let that ribbon do whatever the ribbon wants to do, just creating these big loops like this. This is a great technique of ribbon laying for when you're done decorating the tree and you really want that ribbon to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here, and I'm going to cut at an angle like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up, and I'm going to fold up again, so that way our ribbon looks finished and absolutely beautiful. One more like this. Look at that. How pretty. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here, and in there what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ribbon. I'm going to do a 2-loop bow like this, and then I'm going to grab a wire. I'm going to wire all of this together, because we're going to go from there. We're going to add this bow, you guys, to our joint. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to cross over here, I'm going to grab my bow, and I'm going to join it right here. I'm going to make sure that I go in, grab a bristle, and attach that really tight. So what that's going to do is it's going to give us a connection, and to continue, see how that created that bow right here. So this is going to give us a connection to continue now over to this side, making a loop, attaching with our tree, and then going this way. And so I'm going to do this last loop right here, creating that loop. And so now I'm going to cut again. I'm going to cut right here. And remember that this time what we're doing is we're going to roll it up once, we're going to roll it up again, we're just going to let it fall like that. See how there's this bow right here? And so that looks absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do yet another one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut at a slant, and I'm going to do a little tail. I'm going to go down, pinch, fold, pinch, like this. I'm going to grab my wire and wire all of this together. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to this side, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach right here at my joint. This tree is looking very Marie Antoinette, you guys. It's so pretty. The colors, the texture of this beautiful ribbon is just absolutely glorious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this side. I'm going to attach with my bristle like this. Then I'm going to do another loop right about here. And I'm going to try and go in as far as I can, grabbing a bristle, attaching. And then I'm going to go over to this side and just let it go down. Remember to cut and then fold up like this to give us a seam into our ribbon. I'm going to step away from it to see what it looks like from over here. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous this way. I'm going to do a bow on the top. I decided just now that I'm going to do a bow on the top. For the bow on the top, so it looks finished, I'm going to dovetail right here. So I'm going to do 2 loops like this. I'm going to go down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave me a tail. Look, you guys, I'm always surprised at myself how I always finish the idea almost right about when I'm about to run out of ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way to the top where we fold it right here. I'm going to grab this bow, and I'm going to attach it to it right in here like that. Look how pretty that is. And so now I'm going to grab this right here. I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to attach right here. And then this I'm going to fold up once, fold up again one more time, like that. How pretty. All right, so I'm going to step away from it. I'm going to see what else we need, and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so far I'm loving the way this looks. It is so me, so blue and white, gorgeous. But what blue and white would be perfect without the white, right? So for this occasion, I grabbed some of these beautiful glass ornaments. They're all white. So we're gonna continue adding these ornaments. The reason why I wanted to add this at the end, you guys, is because these are glass and you have to be really careful. Add your shatterproof first, and then you wanna go ahead and add the white ones that are glass or anything that is glass at the end. That way you're not maneuvering those, you know, too much. And so make sure that you just go ahead and do it. Now, I always say that you need to add some glass ornaments to all of your trees, because a glass ornament really catches the light. It makes it look beautiful. And there's nothing better to me than a glass ornament. I'm gonna put this over here like this. And look how gorgeous it's looking with all of this blue and white. I'm gonna go over to this side now. With all of this blue and white, you guys. Oh my God, it's so perfect. This needs to be in my house this Christmas. I just love these little clusters. I cannot wait to read your comments, so be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you learned any techniques on how to decorate your Christmas tree while watching these videos. All right, so I'm gonna add maybe another one up here. Let's see, I'm gonna add one. Oh, it's getting tight. Okay, so I'm gonna put one right here. And I'm gonna grab now these onion shaped ones, you guys. The iridescent ones, they are so tiny. I'm gonna put on the tip of the tree all throughout. But remember, the smaller the ornament, the more you have to bring it forward, because that's what's gonna really make them show. I'm gonna go over to this side. Isn't this beautiful? All right, so I'm gonna add one more. Let's see, maybe one right here to this stem. Oh, maybe right here on this stem. You guys, I'm having so much fun really sharing with you all of these ideas. I love, love, love. If you know me, you know that I love Christmas. I've loved Christmas since I can remember. The reason why I love Christmas so much is because when I was a kid, we really never had a Christmas. We grew up very poor. We had Christmas once, and I told this story many times, but I love telling it, that we didn't have money for a Christmas tree, but one year my mom got us a Christmas tree and we were all so excited. It was like a 3-foot tall, multicolor, and she put it on top of a chest of drawers, so it was like magnificent, right? I was so tiny. And I remember that I just loved that. And one time my mom was not having a good time, and she grabbed that tree and yanked it from the wall and stormed outside and put it upside down in the trash while I followed her. And so ever since, I just loved Christmas. I love the sparkle. I love the meaning of it. I love all of the beauty that we can create during the holiday season, because the holiday season is that season where we can do more, because more is more. And I just absolutely love it. All right, so I'm gonna do one over here to the side. Don't forget your sides. And if you're doing your back, well, don't forget the back. All right, this is my last onion shaped glass ornament. I forgot about this round one over here, so I'm gonna add it over here to the top, to the bottom. And then I have this gorgeous ornament, you guys. This is the last ornament I'm going to add, and it's got so much sparkle. It is so beautiful. It's a navy blue, has a little bit of champagne and silver, and it's just what this tree, look at that, needs to tie it all together. So I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna grab a stem from right here. These I have to be very specific where I put them, because I really want them to show. So like I'm gonna put one, I'm gonna find a way to put this right here, even if I have to use the same stem as the other two to put it there, because I really want it to be like front and center. Look at that, how absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna bring one to the top. I need to find a way to bring one to the top, so it goes all the way from the top to the bottom, like that. Ooh, it's getting heavy in here. I love it. Right, I'm gonna get another one to go maybe over here. I love it when your eye begins to travel and you just start to find all of those precious ornaments. I'm gonna go all the way down here to the bottom. It looks so pretty. All right, you guys, so this is going to be what throws this tree out of this planet gorgeous. Look at this gorgeous ribbon. It is so pretty, and it has this back like this that is like a taffeta. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do our famous two-tail bows. And so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to cut right here. And I'm gonna grab me a wire. Once you have this two-loop bow, what you want to do is go ahead and go back here and fold once, fold twice. That way it's going to make it look finished. Look how pretty this two-tail loop bow is. And so what we're going to do is we're gonna find places like let me see. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna add one with my wire. You bend that wire in, you fluff this little bow, and you just let that ribbon go down like that. And that's what's going to make it look so elegant. So we begin by folding this like this. So we're going to do one tail, then we go down, we loop, we go over again, we grab our scissors, and you want always one tail to be longer than the other one just to create more texture. So we're gonna grab a wire. I'm gonna put this one on the very top, but before we put it on the top, remember to just fold once, fold twice. And that makes it look finished. Look how pretty that looks. All right, so I'm gonna go over to this side. I'm gonna go over here to this side. Try not to disturb any other of my ribbons or my ornaments, but this is going to make it look finished on the top. Look at that. How pretty. See how this adds so much texture to it? I'm gonna do one more. Remember to start like this, and then you do a loop, you do a bow, you twist. You always twist so that way you have your print on the front. I'm going to wire, and I am going to attach over to this side. So I'm gonna put it right here with this cluster of flowers. I'm gonna find me a wire, and I'm going to attach to that. So now what I want to do is grab my scissors, and I'm gonna cut to here, and remember to fold up once, fold up again, and just give him a little curvature like that. I'm gonna finish adding this ribbon, and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so here is the end result for this beautiful blue and white inspired Christmas tree. And I just absolutely love this chinoiserie ribbon, you guys. The blue and white print, it is so beautiful. And check out this gorgeous 4-inch velvet. It is so pretty, and it's such a good contrast. And how about the bundles of flowers and the hydrangea and the beautiful ornaments in white and blue, and it's just so pretty. I really hope that this inspires you to get out of the box when decorating for Christmas. These would be so perfect for my home because I love blue and white. But remember, the technique is the same, and you can just change the colors of your ribbons and your ornaments, and you too can have a gorgeous Christmas tree like this. I cannot wait to read your comments, so be sure to leave me a comment down below. So what do you guys think? Wasn't this blue and white traditional Christmas tree absolutely gorgeous? I just love the way this turned out. It is a traditional way that we decorated, but the color combination is far away from traditional. I just really hope that this inspires you to get out of the box when decorating your Christmas tree and try something different. Also, I cannot wait to read your comments, so be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what was your favorite part about this technique on how to decorate a beautiful Christmas tree. You know, I love reading your comments every week. That is my favorite part about posting a video. Be sure to like this video and share with your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp so they too can come and join the fun for the Christmas season decorating. And if you have not seen the GLAM, the traditional with Nutcrackers, or the Christmas trends, I'm going to put them all down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and as always, you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.